It is my honor today to introduce Reese Leif, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Theater Arts degree with a concentration in Performing Arts Management. Her calm presence and sharp insights bring depth and warmth to every space she's a part of. As a relatively new faculty member, I've only been here for the second half of Reese's academic journey. But in just 2 years, I've found her prolific successes to surpass what would be expected over even 4 years of a bachelor's degree. Reese is a fierce advocate for justice and social issues, as evidenced by her artistic and scholarly work. Although examples are numerous, I want to share 3 which have been particularly noteworthy. In February, she presented at the Women's Perspectives on Arts Administration Symposium alongside graduate students and faculty members from around the United States. Her dynamic presentation focused on gender socialization in co-curricular arts spaces. Last month, Reese represented U of M as the regional winner at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival in Washington, D.C. for her dramaturgy work on John Proctor is the Villain, through which she partnered with the U of M Sexual Assault Prevention Awareness Center. Finally, this year she produced a concert featuring students from across the School of Music, Theater, and Dance as a fundraiser. The event raised over $7,000 for blood cancer research in memory of another U of M graduate, Jason Leif, her father. Now, please join me in welcoming the Earl V. Moore Award recipient from Theater and Drama, Reese Leif.
I was a freshman at the University of Michigan the first time I watched Dead Poets Society. And when I say watched, I mean I was desperately trying to shovel 2 portions of Bursley dining hall chicken and green beans into my mouth. Balancing my phone against a napkin container, I hoped that Robin Williams and his band of angsty teenagers could distract me from the chaos of the lunch rush, all before I had to get back to the Walgreen Drama Center for first semester script analysis. I didn't take much away from that first viewing, probably because it took me 7 separate meals in that same overcrowded dining hall to get through the full 120 minutes of poetic teenage rebellion. Honestly, I haven't watched Dead Poets Society again since I spoiled it for myself with the clatter of plastic trays and the sound of freshmen yelling over French fries. But despite all that, one line from the film stuck with me. It lodged itself in my brain, and it hasn't let go since. Robin Williams' character says, "We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. And medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. In a world that is increasingly overwhelming and politically divisive, it can be easy to question a decision to pursue the career in the arts. This is something I felt even in my freshman year here, before it seemed like the world was crumbling around us. In high school, I took every opportunity to be involved in theater, regardless of what the artistic content of the work was. But when I got to Michigan, I knew that had to change. I was searching for a larger purpose in my artistic practice, some way to make tangible impact on my community and use my art to advocate for causes that I'm deeply passionate about. Over my 4 years here, I found a way to make this happen. I created opportunities through the arts to partner with community organizations, to advocate for survivors of assault and identity-based violence, to raise money for medical nonprofits whose work I deeply connect with. Every project I spearheaded, I tried to do so with a larger purpose, a commitment to creating art with a net positive impact on the world. And looking out at the SMTD graduating class of 2025, I'm proud to say that I found a community that not only supports my work, but shares the same passion for creating impactful arts experiences that will stick with both audience members and artists for years to come. Art is what we reach for in our most uncertain moments, when we're grieving, when we're afraid, when we're trying to make sense of who we are or what comes next. It doesn't just mirror life, it helps us survive it. It offers comfort, clarity, and connection when we need it most. At Michigan, I found ways to put that belief into practice. There was a time I worried that pursuing a career in the arts wouldn't be enough, that it wasn't practical, that it wasn't essential. But the more I've seen what art can do, the more I've realized that when it's made with purpose and care, art doesn't just matter, it changes lives. I may not have finished Dead Poets Society in one sitting, but I found the heart of it in every project, every rehearsal, every late-night production meeting fueled by Blue Market hot chocolate and overly ambitious rehearsal schedules. It took me 7 meals to get through the movie, but only 4 years to understand what it was trying to say. We don't make art because it's easy. We make it because it saves lives, sometimes including our own. As I move forward in my career, I'll continue to hold this sentiment close to my heart, and I have no doubt that my fellow graduates will make art that moves the world forward, one creation at a time. Thank you, and go Blue.